Welcome to my home. It's Marjorie Snyder, or Grandma Snyder, on Instagram and YouTube. What I'd like to share with you today is a journal that I started about a year ago, and it is to hold the pen pal treasures that I received from my great niece and nephew in Saskatchewan. We were at the dump where there is a share trailer that you can go in and leave stuff and pick stuff up, and I found this book from Saskatchewan, so I thought it would be the perfect place to hold the stuff. And what I've done is I've altered the book, so every third page I've taken out and glued it together, and rounded the corners on it. This August we were out in Saskatchewan where my great niece and nephew got to, that's not my niece, she's only 2.5. However, my great nephew Lucas was just over the moon with the book and what I've done with it. So I'm going to show you what I have done, and then if you're interested, I will do craft alongs as I receive new mail from them. So it's going to be very, very bulky when it's done. So the first page, letters from Saskatchewan, a picture of me opening up one of their mail when we were in Lipton, Saskatchewan, and there is my great nephew Lucas opening up mail that I sent him. And this is Clara. She just loves stickers. I'm reinforcing the pages every once in a while with fabric to make sure that it holds together. So I'm recording the days that I get their letters and using the envelopes. So in this page, I got this beautiful bunny workshop from Lucas. Someday I hope it'll be given back to him. I think it's important that that as extended family, that we help children appreciate snail mail. There's something about receiving something in the mail that has been made by someone else that is just, it's more powerful than his emails. You can hold it in your hands when their power is out. It's like a snapshot of history. It's kind of like a picture. And then we have this letter that I received from him. There is a monster with the family, a monster with no family. A story that Lucas wrote. So he draws it, and then he has either his mother or his grandmother write out the story for him. When we were in Saskatchewan this year, Lucas and I made a book for him to keep the letters that I sent him in. And here we have a card. They helped pick it out. Their grandmother helped them pick it out. He took me to the store. He told me when I showed it to him that he picked it out, not his grandmother. He did. And this was the inside of the envelope that it came in. And here's a page. I just glued down what he sent me. And another envelope with the treasures and a letter to Auntie. And he gave me coupons, which I redeemed when I was in Saskatchewan. I sent him books with coupons in them for his grandmother or his mother to take him for ice cream or out for dinner. And then this was another letter that I received from him. Let's put something in that pocket at some point in time. Now this, I'm not putting it together. It takes forever. But he took the letter that is, can I get it out? It's the angle that I'm working on here. He took the letter that he sent me. I know we took it out in Saskatchewan. Hopefully it hasn't gotten glued in there while I was there. And then he cut it apart to form a puzzle. So all the pieces are in here, and I have a picture of the letter, which I'll put here at some point. And then letters that he drew for me, pictures. And here is a big piece of paper of stickers that Clara sent to me. Happy birthday, Auntie. And this one, so when we arrived in Saskatchewan, on the door of his grandmother's house was this beautiful picture. And no one could figure out how I was going to put it in my journal. It opens and opens and opens. And it's huge. It's full of all kinds of stickers. You'll just have to believe me that it's huge. So I can't get it in frame. But they were thrilled that I was going to keep it for them. And then that's the end of what I've received. But when we arrived home from Saskatchewan, I had mail from Lucas and Clara. They had gone camping and they sent me a piece of birch bark. They sent me some stickers to use, and the stickers I used then in their return mail. Some drawings that they did. They thought that I would like to have this Canadian maple leaf that they got on an ice cream cone. This is from a Dairy Queen ice cream cone. They know that we love ice cream. And then there is a letter from me, for me. More coloring. Coloring pages. A piece of scrapbook paper. And the envelope. So let's fold it in half. And I think I'll do it over 2 pages again, but I'm going to cut this end off so that I can stuff it with the treasures that they sent me. I'd like to cut that stamp off and use it. However, I think it's important to leave it in the pages. Now, what can I use here? All right, this piece of paper, I think I'm going to rip it. And I will put it up here. When I was young, I always enjoyed getting letters from my Aunt Marjorie and postcards from my grandparents when they would travel. And I've saved them, and they mean a great deal to me. I'm hoping that in this day and age of digital and throwaway, that what I'm doing is inspiring Lucas and Clara to treasure paper and sending and keeping in touch with people other than on social media. There's nothing wrong with social media. It changes it. It's not as personal, I don't think, as receiving snail mail. And it's also important for children to know they're important to people. And this is one way for me as a great aunt to stay in touch with them and let them know that they are important to me. I also hold the history from their Ontario family, and with my mother gone and my Aunt Marjorie gone, at some point in time, family history and those of us from Ontario will be gone from their lives, and this is one way for them to remember that we meant something to them, and for me to share the stories that I have of the family. Okay, let's get some more, and we'll do both sides. And to be perfectly honest, it thrills me to receive their mail. I loved it when my grandchildren were that age. I'm just gluing off camera here. enjoyed making with them. In my blog, I talked about the importance of written word and receiving things, and hearing stories are to children, how it grounds them and keeps them grounded in a world that very quickly can be, their anchors can be ripped out from underneath them as they start school, as their sense of who they are changes and starts to be defined not by the family members that love them, but by friends, people that are not so friendly. And I just like being important to them. I like, oh, look at happy campers. I need to take that off the back. I enjoy knowing that I have this relationship with them. Lucas was funny. He likes doing projects. Everything is a project. We have to do a project. So one of the projects was making his journal. We used paper, different kinds of paper. So made him a junk journal, not a altered book. And he enjoyed making the pockets. So everything then after that had to be about pockets. Now that he has started school, he just started kindergarten, junior kindergarten, no, kindergarten. It's all about signs. So I will, when I send him a letter, I owe him a letter, I will make him some signs. So his mother was sharing some pictures of the signs that are in this house. So he made signs for the bathroom at home that are gender neutral, men, women, wheelchair. And he also made a sign for the toy box that said, no adults. So then what I will do is, just 1 minute, I'm going to go get my punch. So we also are going to start playing tic-tac-toe over the through the mail. I think I'll put that on there too, and maybe glue some of those on. What am I going to do with that? I think it's just going to find a way into the package. Maybe take this top part off and glue it on. There, it's in there for as long as it lasts. I will glue these down. So while we were out there, we practiced playing tic-tac-toe so that he would know how we're going to do it. And I'm going to glue down one of those tic-tac-toe pieces in a minute. Everything goes better with ice cream, don't you think? And then this happy camper. We went camping with them while we were out there, and he enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. All right, so there is the first page of the mail that I received when I got back. So we got that on received September 2nd, 2019. And then on the next page, I have our tic-tac-toe sheets. And I'm just going to rip them in half. And he really did beat me. I didn't let him. If you know of any other games that you can play with children on snail mail, or any websites that are really good for ideas for snail mail with children, pen pal mail, if you would let me know and leave a comment below, I would really appreciate that. And then this one. Lucas liked to that instead of doing X's and O's, we had characters. So I think, see if I can get this edge down there. The goal is not to add anything but what the children send me into my book. So while it is not a junk journal, it is made up of the beautiful things that they craft for me. And I think I'm going to try and, don't think I can get that in there. I'll put that right there. Get my heavier glue. So there you have it. My Saskatchewan Pen Pal Journal. It's an altered book. Made up all the lovely things that I get sent by my great nephew and great niece. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great day.